Hello there and welcome to today's video. The topic for today, are you sabotaging your success? Many people consider these two words the same, ego and confidence, right? Many people mix them up and use them interchangeably, but really that's quite wrong, and it's not right, to be quite frank. Ego can be one of the greatest mental enemies you'll ever have. If you've got a huge ego, that could be definitely holding you back. It's completely different to confidence. I want to share some thoughts with you there. Because one of the issues is this. Ego sort of stops you from recognizing when you've done something wrong. You're just not prepared to accept it, right? Or it also can stop you from apologizing. And it also can stop you from actually listening effectively, because you're full of your own importance and your own ego, and you're not listening effectively. You're just waiting for your chance to talk again, right? Another thing about ego, it stops you building real trust and respect with people. So ego can definitely be an enemy of yours. Ego can be something that truly stops you from succeeding. Okay? And the reason is this, and I'm no expert in all this personal development stuff, right? I'm just sharing with you after 73 years on this earth, right? Ego comes from a place of self-interest, right? That's what it amounts to. Right? I mean, your ego craves approval and craves accolades. It wants people to reach out and say, yeah, you've done really good, okay? And at the same time, ego also really prevents you from accepting feedback. It's very difficult for you to accept feedback from others, especially if it's constructively critical, because your ego's on the table. Confidence, on the other hand, is something that's really coming from your belief in yourself, okay? It's part of your self-esteem. It's your belief in your ability to do something. It's got nothing to do with ego, but everything to do with your confidence level in being able to do things. Two distinctly different things. And if you want some help in how to separate these things out, which I'm about to show you, okay, then I've got an exercise for you. And this exercise will take you through, it's very simple, right, because it's coming from me. Well, it's not from me. I grabbed it from somebody else. But I want you to take yourself through this, because at the end of that, you will then be able to find out whether, in fact, you've been fooling yourself, whether, in fact, it's your ego that's been holding you back, whether, in fact, the things that you're thinking are stopping you from achieving the success that you want, okay? My name is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer, and as always, talking to you from my little Thai village, way up near the Cambodian border. What I want to share with you to start with is a very simple ego test, okay? As I said before, I am not setting myself up as any expert in this. I really am not. And I got this from a guy by the name of Craig Valentine. And I'll even give you his website. And I have nothing to do with him, to be quite frank. His website's called Easy to Rise, or one word, easytorise.com, okay? And really, what he's done is this. He's put this exercise together, which, to be quite frank, is not easy. It looks easy. There's only 3 steps, right? But I can tell you, it could be quite a challenge for you. But here it is, all right? First of all, you find 3 people you either trust or admire or respect, okay? Well, you can just find one's enough. Just find somebody who you trust, admire, and respect. Secondly, then ask them to share with you the 2 or 3 things that are your biggest strengths, right? The 2 or 3 things that they consider to be your biggest strengths. This is someone you trust and admire, right? And of course, obviously, you know each other, right? Then thirdly, ask them to share with you what they consider to be your 2 or 3 biggest weaknesses. Okay? I told you this wasn't easy. Okay? And you ask them to be totally honest with you, because you want an objective opinion. And you've got to be prepared to accept what they tell you. If you can't accept what they tell you, then you obviously got an ego problem right away. You've known it, right? But think about this. It's very, very challenging, but it can be a fantastic insight to you and can help you in all sorts of ways with your relationships, with your business, with your marketing, because you will now understand how you are perceived by other people, right? Because it's coming from someone that you know, like, and trust and respect. Okay? Now, the results you get from that, don't get too hung up on it, okay? But universally, this is basically what happens. And if you're a person who's aspiring to success, who's wanting to achieve things, not sitting back and doing nothing, right? Then basically these are the two pluses that normally are associated with people like you. The first one, your first strength, is your persistence. You will more than likely be someone who never gives up, who is prepared to keep going, is prepared to not be put off by a couple of failures, but keep going. That's a plus, which is really good. A second strength you probably got is your generosity. You are prepared to help people, you're prepared to share, and you've nurtured a lot of people around you. So these are two big pluses. And more than likely, if you are an aspiring person in terms of achieving to improve yourself, then these are two strengths you will definitely have. Now, here are three potential weaknesses that you may have. But of course, it'll be dependent on what the person tells you, right? But here are three general type weaknesses. And don't take this to heart, just hear it, okay? The first thing is you tend to forget about you. You help everybody else, you do everything, take care of everybody else, but you put yourself last, okay? And when you do that, I mean, you end up being unfulfilled and overworked and stressed out and goodness knows what. I mean, you know, when you get on an airline, for example, any airline these days, they've got a safety warning. Okay, remember, and it says something on the lines of, please make sure you adjust your own oxygen mask before you help others, right? I mean, that's the message I'm giving you. You need to look after yourself more. You will tend to forget yourself. If you're being honest with yourself, that could be a factor. If you tend to forget about you, that can impact on you. There's no doubt about that, okay? And it'll impact not only on you, but also on your level of confidence. And if your confidence is down, so is your self-esteem. If your self-esteem's down, then your ability to run a business is also impacted. The second potential weakness you may have is that you tend to hold back, right? You tend to hold back. Now, I'm generalizing. I'm not saying this is you. I'm generalizing. But think about it and be totally honest. And when you ask your good friend or trusted advisor for the feedback, if they say this to you, accept it, right? You may hold back. Now, people are probably crying themselves to sleep because they need your help, right? But you're holding yourself back from helping them because of maybe a lack of confidence and self-esteem. Or the fact is you don't have too much ego. You're in fact completely lacking in ego and confidence. That's the point of it, okay? And really what you're doing is you're sabotaging your own personal growth because you're not prepared to get outside your comfort zone. You need to step outside your comfort zone. You need to feel a little bit awkward. We all do. We all do, okay? It's not easy for anybody to get outside their comfort zone. But when you do that, you grow. And if you are holding yourself back from actually going out and helping somebody because for whatever reason, you can justify it because maybe you think you haven't been online long enough. Maybe you think you don't have the knowledge. Maybe you think you don't have the experience. Maybe you think you don't have the experience, the success. Maybe you think that you're not a guru or whatever it is. These are excuses. These are excuses that you are using to enable you to stay inside your comfort zone. That, I'm telling you, is a weakness. That's what I'm saying. It's a weakness. You need to accept that and you need to do something about it, okay? Now, I can understand why you're doing it, okay? I truly can understand it. But it's stopping you from reaching your peak performance. There's no doubt about that. And the third thing that may be a weakness of yours is maybe you're a bit of a pushover. Think about it. Okay? Maybe you are. Maybe you've done a lot of great work and you've helped a lot of people and people owe you. There's no doubt about that. But this is holding you back because you are really not getting what you're worth. You're doing all this free stuff for people, right? Completely free, and you think this is really good. But in reality, people are taking advantage of you. I mean, I've put my hand up. I fell for this trap too. And not years ago, but this year and early this year and end of last year. I was creating a lot of information and giving it to people because I wanted to help them, and I still want to help them. But I had people who were taking off me, taking, and never even saying thank you. When people say thank you, I don't have an issue with that. And then we have a conversation and we talk with each other and we build up a relationship. But when people don't even come back and say thanks, right, then you know you're being taken advantage of. They don't respect you. They're just a user. That's all they are. They're a user. So that means you're being a pushover. And I was a pushover as well, because I was fooling myself by thinking, by giving as much value as I can, I'm building my reputation, okay? And people will perceive and understand that I know what I'm talking about, and one day they'll come and talk to me about their sales coaching needs, etc., right? I was fooling myself because these people are not interested in that at all. They're just taking, and they think you're stupid because you're giving so much away for free. That's it. So if you're being a pushover, think about it, because that's not going to help you in any way, shape or form, okay? Demand more of yourself, okay? And everyone around you will then respect you more. That's the point I'm making to you, all right? I mean, at the end of the day, it all starts and finishes with you, okay? It's your confidence, it's your ego, it's your life, and it's your business. It all starts and finishes with you. If you are totally honest with yourself, maybe you are being a pushover, maybe you are holding back, maybe you do forget about you, or whatever else it is, okay? Think it through and become realistically accepting of who you really are. Because once you do that, you are in a much better position to help others, to be a professional advisor with people, and to run a successful, profitable business, okay? That's my point too. Here's my call to action. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, come and join me. It's called Your Next Level, okay? Your Next Level. Answer the 3 questions and join the tribe. Yes, I give content in there, but I know the people I'm giving it to not only appreciate it, they give me feedback on it, and we build great relationships together. So I don't have a problem with that, right? Secondly, I've got a brand new training program. This is a promotion. I've got a brand new training program called Attract More Clients. It's not free. It's not free. But this shows you how to build your confidence, right? And at the same time, generate more quality clients for yourself without doing any selling and without throwing around your ego at all. That's the reason I'm mentioning it, because it relates to this message in this video. So if you're interested in finding out about that, attract more clients, simply send me a personal message and I'll give you a link to the page. All right, that's it for now. Many blessings from Thailand. Thank you for sharing your valuable time with me. I very much appreciate it. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.